Juwan Howard has been suspended for 5 games for slapping. I'm going to say slap. He didn't just slap. Excuse my French. He bitch slapped that Wisconsin assistant coach. And one thing that I noticed in this clip, AP, was the fact that everyone's saying that Juwan Howard was an instigator. In this, the moment that I go back to is when the Wisconsin coach, the head coach, grabs, which is actually on the screen right now, grabs the left arm of a 6'11" former power forward, NBA champion. Players. Number one, we are at the same rank. I'm a head coach, you're a head coach. I have beef with you on how you utilize your timeout. We could talk about this, but do not put your hands on me. It's in the heat of the moment. Of course, there's going to be emotions. It's a big game on the road in Wisconsin. But in no way, form, or fashion should the Wisconsin head coach should have put his hands on Juwan Howard. It shouldn't have happened.
You've heard of hot takes, and you're probably tired of hearing the same old talking heads repeating the same stuff over and over again. The time has come for the game to evolve, and just like in sports, there are a select number of individuals who are leading the evolution of change and pushing the game forward. This isn't just a sports podcast. This podcast is about how life, culture, and sports all meet at one intersection. This is the new wave. This is the new sound. This is the evolution. This is the Notes by Notes podcast, where we discuss life, culture, and sports.
What is up, good people? It's time for the newest edition of Notes by Notes, episode 19 of season 3 of Notes by Notes. I got AP to my left. AP, what is good?
Jay, the same thing that was good last week. Everything is good. I'm here. I'm on the right side of the dirt. How about you, my man? How you living?
I'm straight. I'm happy. And I'm super excited about this show, by the way. I'm super turned. We had the music going before the show. Had the music, some South Dallas, some Dallas stuff, some Triple D stuff.
Triple D that.
And we turned up. You know what I'm saying? So we got the blood flowing in the right way, AP.
Yes, sir.
So I'm super excited to be here. Before we get started, let me tell you guys about our friends over at A to Z for Skin and Hair. A to Z for Skin and Hair offers a bevy of hair and skin products that have no preservatives and are made with love, like the rice water, which is used to promote healthy, strong growth of the hair and prevent dandruff. Their moisturizing hair butter for everyday styling. Rapid Growth, which is a perfect mix of all natural oils. And of course, I use this product every single day. New shipment is on the way. The Gang Gang Beard Oil. And you can contact them at 469-674-5567 if you have questions about their products and their services. Once again, their number is 469-674-5567. AP. You know what? We're so excited. We're going to hop right into it. I need to know what is in the bag today.
What's in the bag? Let me see. First and foremost, we want to shout out to that guy, Zach, straight out of Buda. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Buda.
I would want to call it Butter.
Buddha.
Because it's so, everybody out here so smooth. All right, man, our guy is Zach. We just want to give him a full segment. He's going to be our at-home guest, our at-home co-host for the day, for the mailbag segment, basically, because he has supplied our bag today, and we chose all of his submissions. Because, Zach, we want to show you, we appreciate you. You guys, you are our highlight for the day. So thanks, Zach. Zach wants to know, first of all, what grade would y'all give the Texas Longhorns football off-season moves so far?
You know what, AP? I love Zach. Zach, thank you so much for your submissions, man. Miss you, dog. Hope everything is well. I love Zach, but he did this out of spite because he understands. Get this. Zach is an Oklahoma football fan.
Oh, so this is a jab.
This is a jab.
Oh, I should have known.
You know, he's trying to get me all riled up and such. You know, I'm not going to allow it to happen tonight, Zach. It's too good of a Friday. It's too good. It's too good. But I will tell you this. I believe, in all honesty, in all seriousness, I believe the Texas Longhorns still have a lot of work to do. With me is more wait and see. I'm not really going to jump the gun as I did last year on what they would be as a team ahead of time. I think that first we need to go through the proper process. Texas fans need to watch the spring game, see what Quinn Ewers is going to bring to the table. We already know Bijan Robinson and Xavier Worthy are going to be great players. But at the end of the day, we have to just wait and see. So hopefully opening weekend, me and the wife, that's one of the things that we want to start doing every single time because it hits on our anniversary weekend.
Nice.
So, hit the UT game and hopefully we can see what's going on inside the program firsthand.
Absolutely. I feel you. I'm going to give it an I in terms of actual grade for incomplete. Incomplete. I think it's too soon to tell. One thing that the Longhorns have done successfully over the last few off seasons, they've made changes annually, right? Mm-hmm. Coaching staff, star players. They've been able to make some rotations there. But I think it's just too soon to tell. So I'm going to give it an I if I had to give it a grade. Zach, did you give it a grade?
I don't.
Zach is a.
He wants a grade?
He must be a teacher.
He's asking. No, he's not a teacher. He's asking for a grade out of spite. I'm telling you what it is.
He wants you to give your Longhorns.
I'll give the Longhorns a grade here. I'll give them a C+. The reason why is because I use C+ because I'm about to connect the dots here.
Ooh.
Steve Sarkisian has done a great job of collaboration.
Collaboration.
So, with that being said, a C+ is me waiting and seeing what type of collaboration he will have with newly hired assistant Gary Patterson. And also what he's going to bring to the table with his quarterbacks playing this season. So I give the Texas Longhorns so far this offseason a C+. Recruiting class was great, but it's all wait and see. It's all hype until they hit the gridiron.
All right, you connected those dots, my brother. Good job. I understand completely now.
I do this a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
You a regular dot connector. I bet you was a beast with them little activities.
Look, I used to sink a lot of battleships, all right?
Do be at all the restaurants. Can I get one of those little menus, please? Jay, it's supposed to be a clover, not a hat. All right. Zach also wants to know, the Spurs are heading towards their third losing season in a row.
Terrible.
Treat them. What do they need to do to compete for the championship again?
This is more your bag, AP. I mean, I would just say this real quick. Get a new coach. Hello, it's 2022. Greg Popovich is a legend, but also he doesn't have to be a living legend in the NBA. I'm not saying like I'm saying he's a little bit outdated. His system is outdated. It's obviously caused legitimate wear and tear on this franchise. San Antonio, do what you need to do. The Buford family, do what you need to do. Hire a guy that brings a new culture that can revitalize this franchise into what it was before, and also draft a Tim Duncan type player, which I don't think you're going to get anytime soon. So that's my take.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a 50-50 with that. So first and foremost, what we not gonna do on Nose by Nose is pop off on Pop. Okay, Big Papa Pop, been there, done that, and he's still doing it. Okay, so one of the things, and this is literally,
dying, yo.
When I grew,
pop off on Pop,
Big Papa Pop. All right, but true story. Growing up as a kid in Texas, you know what I mean, like. I was a huge Spurs fan. And one of the things that I really loved about it and what I really actually structured my own game off of was fundamental basketball. And that is how Pop runs his program. His system is based around fundamentals and team basketball. So unlike a lot of the teams in the league right now, where they have their star players and their stands out and their faces of the franchise, one thing about the Spurs, they might have their face, but you're gonna always see a team effort on the floor. Yeah. So realistically, it's hard to even tell who's the star, because when you have your Tony Parkers and your Tim Duncans, you know what I mean, and you have the total package of working together, everybody's playing their part. You got your big man being big man, you got your post running post, and you got your forwards filling in and doing everything that they need to do to make the plays happen. I think that what the Spurs are going to have to do, they're going to have to do a restructure. I don't think that it needs to be with the coaching staff. I think their coaching staff is solid. I'm sorry. I do think that they need to get players. They need to replace their Tim Duncans. They need to replace their Tony Parkers. They need to get that talent back on the floor. Not saying that they don't have a good, a few pieces in there to make some plays, but they do not have championship caliber players right now. Yeah. They just don't have it. They don't have the Kawhi anymore. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to have to go back out there and get them, as my brother would like to call it, a dog. Mm-hmm. They need a dog. And
a dog in your life.
When they get that dog, they're going to get that bomb. Too easy. Too easy. You need to get somebody that's going to fit in that system. It's going to have to happen. They're going to have to get a good draft. A good draft pick, or they're going to have to pick up something in a future trade. They're not getting nothing now. Yeah. So they're done now. This ain't happening. Spurs will see you in 2023. Yeah. 2022 is no chance for you, for sure. But that's my take on it.
I mean, I agree 100% with you, AP. I think that, the players is number one. But also in this new NBA, you got to have a new voice, man. I mean, you got to have a new voice. I respect Coach Pop for everything that he has brought to the NBA. 100%. But country roads take me home to a place. That's where he needs to ride on that country road. Just go fishing, go fishing. Just enjoy retirement. That's just my opinion.
But you know why? And we gonna dump it. We gonna dump it here soon. But I just want to say the difference between what I love about basketball is that basketball is a sport that allows an individual to put a whole team on their back. Yeah. And that's game situation. Mm-hmm. It does not matter how far you down. It does not matter what team you playing. If you have strong people that play, you got to have ballers on the floor.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Your coaching staff can literally sit down and not say nothing. Mm-hmm. Half the time they're talking, people on the court don't hear them no way. You know what I'm saying? It's not like football where they got the little pieces in the ear. They going off to the sideline and all this kind of stuff, having all these breaks. That's what I love about basketball. It's action. It's play action full time, and players is playing.
Yeah. I you know what? I second that as well, because I do believe that basketball is one of the only sports that you have a single player. If you have one dominant player that's better than the other five, that one dominant player is going to space himself out on the floor, and he's going to create a shot for himself. So 100% agree with you, AP.
Playmakers. All right, Zach, last one. All right. Who is going to start at QB for Pittsburgh Steelers in week 1?
You know what? So Big Ben has retired. Ben Roethlisberger is no longer in the NFL. They cannot rely on Mason Rudolph. And I don't think that they have a player on the practice squad that can live up to the hype. Dwayne Haskins, by the way. I think any option, or I think one option that's better than Dwayne Haskins right now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, not via free agency, but only through the draft, will be Kenny Pickett Jr., who went to the University of Pittsburgh and also played his home games at Heinz Field. Number one, you get a quarterback who is comfortable at home as is. Also, you get a guy who's a little bit older than the class that preceded him. He's 24. So he has everything that you need above the shoulders. He's big, strong. He's able to run. He's mobile. It's hard to take him down. He is the Big Ben replacement that the Pittsburgh Steelers are looking for. So I think come week 1, it's going to be Kenny Pickett starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay. Straight out of college.
Okay. I'm going to just ride with you because, I mean, honestly, what I do know about the Pittsburgh Steelers is that neither one of their backups right now with Rudolph and Haskins, those aren't options.
Nope.
Those are not going to be options. Not starting week 1. So the backup, I think, is going to continue to be the backup, and they just got to bring in new talent.
Yeah. That's what they got to do. They got to revamp this roster. They have to get a quarterback. Have to.
Maybe they'll get Aaron.
Maybe, but I don't know. This free agency period in the NFL is about to be wild. Just get ready. Hey, we is that it?
That's it for the mailbag. Thanks again, Zach. We appreciate you, man. He might not appreciate you because haters is, they're gonna hate. But I appreciate you.
I'm gonna hate on an OU fan every day on site. On site, I'm gonna hate on an OU fan every day.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Keep sending your submissions, Zach. Tell your boys to send some too.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Zach, and that closes up the bag for this week. So, AP, let's hop right into it. The controversial thing that happened this weekend, and you know what? I was like, man, NFL is over. It was crazy, AP. I was like, because we talked about this off air last week, and I was like, I got to get my mind out of being so football centric. Mm-hmm. And what's crazy is I have truly scratched the basketball itch this past week. Like, truly, like, watched actual basketball after covering the Mavericks for a whole year last year. But I was struggling to find topics. And guess what? On Sunday, I was given a gift. Because Juwan Howard has been suspended for 5 games for slapping. I'm going to say slap. He didn't just slap him. Excuse my French. He bitch slapped that Wisconsin assistant coach. He put it right across his face, boy. And, there were some mixed reactions regarding that. And in my opinion, when I look at it, and we'll play the video right now for the listening audience and also for the watching audience. You will not be able to see this, but me and AP just want kind of like a review just to go over this video while we're explaining this topic to you. And one thing that I noticed in this clip, AP, was the fact that everyone's saying that Juwan Howard was an instigator in this. Mm-hmm. And the moment that I go back to is when the Wisconsin coach, the head coach, grabs, which is actually on the screen right now, grabs the left arm of a 6'11" former power forward, NBA champion, and tries to go up and talk to him as if he is one of his players. Number one, we are at the same rank. I'm a head coach, you're a head coach. I have beef with you on how you utilize your timeout. Mm-hmm. We could talk about this, but do not put your hands on me. It's in the heat of the moment. Of course, there's going to be emotions. It's a big game on the road in Wisconsin. But in no way, form, or fashion should the Wisconsin head coach should have put his hands on Juwan Howard. It shouldn't have happened. Because in my opinion, that just means, you want some beef. You got beef. We're about to cook it up and eat it. Because I promise you, if you do that to any grown man, adult, after a heated moment, something is going to go down.
Right.
I just see that image and I'm like, he could have completely prevented that. Let Juwan Howard walk away.
Time and place. Run it back like a millisecond here because there's some points that I want to so you see here, watch this.
He shook everybody's hand.
Watch this. Did you see where Juwan Howard's hand was?
Yeah.
He did not have his hand out. Mm-hmm. So I don't my biggest thing is what led to this?
Yeah.
Like what prompted you? His hand is available to be shaken.
Right.
Which is the sportsmanship. He's walking straight ahead. He's not trying to engage you. Mm-hmm. So at this moment right here, 20 seconds into the handshake line or of this particular clip, what possesses the Wisconsin coach to grab his arm?
Right.
Like there was nothing. There was nothing that would have prompted him to put his hands on him.
Right.
And this is what Juwan Howard was talking about in the press conference was when he put his hands on him, right? Like, this never needed to happen. This wasn't the hand touch that he was referring to in terms of him grabbing him. But this right here, red flag for me.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You don't go this Wisconsin head coach looked like he was seeking something. It was intent. And I get you want to say something. I get you want to be a coach and you want to have a conversation. But obviously, the opposing head coach had an issue with your strategy approaching the game. Mm-hmm. Yes, we could be men, but let's be men. You shake my hand, I shake yours. Move.
Right.
But don't grab my arm. Like, I get it. Sometimes that's, hey, man, good game. But no, bro, you got his elbow. You're completely restraining him from moving past you. You're obstructing his walking.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's not a hand on the shoulder like, hey,
like
man, I want to talk to you. He's literally grabbing the curve of his elbow.
Right.
I just don't understand what the point was.
Yeah, I don't get it either. And we're going to play the full clip here. And you see here, Juwan Howard was already like, dude, move.
Yeah.
And he grabbed him a little bit. He was like, why are you stopping me from walking away?
Yeah.
Like, this is my and now he goes into saying, okay, this is my issue.
Right.
Obviously, within this little scuffle, something was said to make him say, I'm going to put my finger in your face.
Right.
But also, think about it like this. It is a culmination of a lot of things at that moment, and it all built up in less than 10 seconds.
Yeah, this is super fast.
Super fast. And it's bang, 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 but also place and time. At that moment, everything slowed down.
Right. And if you see all the people surrounding it, right, these are people that's attempting to de-escalate the situation, appearingly, right? Mm-hmm. There's an attempt to de-escalate. There's a couple Michigan players pulling back Juwan. There's a armed security guard right here up front, and he's in perfect position to de-escalate the situation between Juwan and the Wisconsin coach, right? So what happens after this is what I feel is, if you run up, you get done up. This is where it goes left, right? Everybody's here. Who is this guy, and why does he feel the need to push through?
Yeah, who is he?
He's pushing through, and he's coming for him.
Why you come in and talk to me, bro?
Who are you?
Yeah, what is your position?
Who are you? Why are you pushing people? Why are you coming through trying to boss hog like you gonna be the one?
Yeah.
Like you're the chosen one. Yeah. Like the principal sent you to come get me.
Like it's like I was talking to old boy, but if you want the smoke, I got the fire, cuz.
Oh, is he? What's your man? You bringing your mans?
Yeah, it's like, oh, so y'all gonna jump me now, bro? If you look at this video, AP, and it's been shown time after time after time after time, everybody talks about the hit, but nobody talks about what preceded the hit.
I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. The actual coach is kind of hidden right here. That's going to be 5. Oh, he's over here at 5, so that's 6.
Yeah.
It's at least 6.
Wisconsin coaches, Juwan Howard with his players.
Right.
So how about this? So I'll juxtapose this. What if the headline was Wisconsin assistants surround Michigan players and head coach? If the roles were vice versa, I think that would have been the headline.
Yeah. I hated the headlines for this.
It's terrible.
I hated how the media portrayed Juwan Howard throws punch. And I'm looking at it all caps. Juwan Howard throws punch at Wisconsin coach leading to fight. There was not a fight.
Yeah.
There was a couple scuffles on the side. But there was not an actual fight. There was no affray. There was one contact that we could see where Juwan Howard extended his hand, open-handed. I mean, he kind of swiped at him, honestly.
Yeah.
I would say it was more of a swipe. Maybe he was trying to grab his face,
yeah.
Or maybe he was trying to grab his lapel and his face got in the way. I don't know.
I think he bitch slapped him, AP.
I don't know. It resulted.
We can run it back.
The result was a bitch slap.
He got knocked out. Not knocked out, but he got hit with some heat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a 6'11" dude with some big hands.
Big
like, bro,
hands.
Like, what are you thinking in the first place? Just like we talked about Aaron Donald last week. What are you thinking?
What was your point?
What are you thinking? Get out of the way and let this guy go to the locker room and think about how he can better his team. Everybody talks about the moment, but nobody talks about what preceded the moment. And that is my issue overall with this video, AP. Honestly, we don't have to run through anything because we don't have to run through the full clip because everything you need to know is at the beginning.
Absolutely.
It tells you literally everything that happened. So Juwan Howard is suspended for 5 games. I mean, it's the end of the season. So March Madness, he's going to have his guys. This is another reason why this Michigan team could be dangerous in March Madness. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing them in the postseason. All right, AP. So, man, a lot of round ball today. I love it. I'm scratching that basketball.
We're playing basketball.
Yeah.
I love that basketball.
What?
All right, that's a little something for y'all. Y'all might know.
Little
that.
something.
It's something I wrote it, but I had help. Somebody else might have claimed it. You might have heard it before.
You might have heard it.
It's not my version. It's a little different.
His name starts with B and it ends with wow. Or who's my guy for back in the day in the 80s? They're gonna think that we're just these young bucks that's talking about Bow Wow and stuff, but the basketball is my favorite sport. I love the way they dribble up and down the court. Yeah.
I don't know who was that. That wasn't George Franklin, was it?
Nah, that wasn't.
I don't know.
You know what? Somebody's going to comment on the video, and they're going to tell us exactly what it is. I'm sure you will.
Let us know, y'all.
I'm sure you will.
Don't give Bow Wow all the credit, okay? This was pre-cornrows and headbands, okay? Pre-like Mike.
Yeah, this was like neon suits.
Yes, this was a remake.
And Kango hats. You know what I'm saying?
Abso-friggin-lutely.
Oh, man. So let's talk about potentially, arguably, the greatest player of all time, LeBron James, not counting, reportedly, and even said this, not counting out a return to the Cavaliers, and said he would like to play with his son at the end of his career. So approaching this topic, I was like, man, this is really, it's layered. It's very, very layered, especially for a guy who is not in his prime, but is still a fantastic player. He not only has to decide what he wants to do being in Los Angeles with the Lakers, he has to decide, okay, where's my son going to go? Because that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it truly is the end game for LeBron. I'm not saying like within 1 to 2 years. I think LeBron can actually play another 4 years, in my opinion. He's like one of the most productive players in the NBA. So, in my opinion, I think that it's all about the end game for him. And he's looking at an opportunity not only to improve his greatness, but to start his son on a much better path that he started off in the NBA. Do you understand how great that would be? Oh, my God. LeBron James Jr., Bronny James, enters the league, wins a championship in his rookie season. Sounds better than LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
Sounds better than Lonzo Ball. Sounds better than LiAngelo Ball. Sounds better than a lot of players' first year on their resume. So, I mean, I think that this is going to be something, and I really do believe that LeBron James may return back to Cleveland. And they're really good this year.
Yeah, they ain't bad at all.
They are not bad whatsoever.
Not bad at all. LeBron going back to the Cavs, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not far-fetched. LeBron being in LA is more far-fetched to me than him going back to the Cavs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he left the first time, he went back, got him a championship. I don't think that the type of player that he is and that he has been, and just, he's not just about the championships. Right? You know what I'm saying? I think that his biggest goal, matter of fact, they got the Lakers got a championship in the bubble when, right? Yeah, they won in the bubble. Yep. They won in the bubble, to tribute to Kobe. You know what I mean? So he is very meticulous and calculated when it comes to certain goals, right? So when we talk about his overall goal, he said it 1,000 times, and the possibility is there for him to be wherever and play with Bronny.
Right.
So, I mean, it may not be the Cavs, but whoever picks up Bronny, I mean, they're gonna have a great athlete in that. He's gonna be. I don't want to say he's gonna be as good as his dad. He's not the same player as his dad was in high school. He's just not the same.
Yeah, he's not the same.
Good.
Yeah,
it's not the same. I don't think that he's gonna be a new LeBron, but I mean, it'll be great TV. I will watch.
Yeah,
just to see it. I mean, I don't know of any other father-son duo in the NBA, period.
Steph Curry, Dell Curry. That's all I could think about right there.
But did they ever play at the same time?
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know of anybody that has played at the same time with their predecessor or their son or whatever. So, I mean, that would be monumental. I mean, historical maybe. I really got to check some stats. But
no, I don't think it's ever happened. I don't think it's ever happened. I don't think it's ever happened.
That'd be dope. I mean, there's tons of legacy players right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as playing with their kid, I mean, that'll just be dope TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether they win or lose, whether LeBron gets any playing time or not, because he will be at his prime at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, he got one more year with the Lakers on contract, and then after that, he can go wherever.
Yeah, he can go wherever he wants to after this. And there's already rumors out of Los Angeles talking about him potentially having a rift with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Now, he ain't staying.
Nah, he's not staying. That's some bad basketball, man. That did not scratch the basketball itch. That did not do it, AP.
They did better before they got this dream team.
Yeah, they did. They did. No, I mean, I would much rather watch Pistons basketball than the Lakers. Ooh. At least they have Cade Cunningham, and the Lakers are too experienced to be this bad. They're too experienced to be this bad. Too many Hall of Famers.
Way too much talent.
Way too much talent. Way too many Hall of Famers. Way too many Hall of Famers for them to be struggling at this rate.
We talked about that, though, before the season even started. Mm-hmm. You got too many Chiefs. Mm-hmm. Not enough Indians.
You're right.
You got too many Chiefs.
You and K-Dot actually said that. Shout out, K-Dot. What's up?
What's up, K?
Yeah, K-Dot. We still miss
you,
man.
What's up, Velvet, man?
Yeah,
what's up?
Mr. Velvet. Mr. Velvet, yeah. But, yeah, I think that the NBA is changing, man. It is about, where you are coastal. But also, LeBron James is trying to get another ring under his belt. And right now for him, it's not about being on the West Coast. It's about being with another contending franchise that could potentially win an NBA championship. And who's to say that it isn't the Cleveland Cavaliers at this point? I mean, they have a young roster. These players are locked in. Darius Garland, by the way, Cat is phenomenal. Like one of the best point guards in the league right now, and he's still young. They have so much potential. I don't know if the Lakers can get out this deal. I expect for them to they could probably trade LeBron James, but I don't know. It's still up in the air for me. It's kind of like, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens.
You don't trade the king.
Hey, just trade him. Hey, I'm just saying. Send him where he want to go. Don't cut him. That looks worse. You don't cut the king.
You definitely don't cut the king.
Nah, in no way, form,
Never
or fashion.
live that down. Never live that down.
I have never heard a story where the king got cut and it ended up being a happy ending.
It's probably not. You're probably not gonna hear that story either.
No, you're not. You're not. All right, AP. So that's enough about LeBron James. Actually, we got more to talk about with LeBron James. We're not done with LeBron James, but we're gonna hop over into All-Star Weekend recap because we know y'all saw All-Star Weekend. There were some highs and there was some very, very lows. Very, very lows. Let's talk about one of the highs first. So LeBron James, the king himself, is now 5-0 in the All-Star game since the format was changed to a All-Star draft format. AP, should we be surprised, or is this just, is this a phenomenal type of stat?
I'm not going to say that this is, this new all-star structure is as close as you're going to get to pick up basketball.
Yeah.
Right? To, rec basketball where you guys are just playing pickup. I want you, I want you, I want you, I want you, going back and forth. That's essentially the model, basically, right? So when you have somebody like LeBron, one thing, we cannot take away from LeBron's basketball IQ. Oh, he is a literal
savant.
He's a literal genius as it pertains to just the sport. Mm-hmm. And you hear countless times people, just talking about him. Oh, he's an asshole. But when he tell you to do this, he can see the floor 3 plays ahead. Right? It's just something that he's always been good at, and people have always talked about him being able to project what's going to happen and kind of predict what needs to happen in order to combat it. He's great at that.
Yeah.
He's great at talent, at identifying top talent. What he did for the Lakers to try to pull that team together, and make no mistake, it is him making these marquee decisions. He did the same thing at the Cavs.
Yeah.
Where, when he brought in when he brought in
Kevin Love and J.R. Smith and all them cats.
When he brought in that championship team, you know what I'm saying? Even when his reason for going to Miami is because he knew that he would complete that puzzle to be a powerhouse, right? Mm-hmm. So that's one thing about him. He can put together a team, and he can tell each person, like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. I know this is what you normally do, but this is what you're gonna do here, right? I'm not surprised. And this year, being on the same side with like Steph,
it's a no shot, man. LeBron's gonna win the rest of the All-Star games for the rest of his career.
What? Now I would like to see them shake that up. I would like to see them get. I don't know how they choose their coaches, but I mean, I don't think he need to be. I mean, excuse me, not the coaches, but like Team
captains,
LeBron.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know the captain, how they make the selections there. It might be a voting, or it might be a ranking system. I'm certain, or maybe just popularity. I have no idea. I would like to see them shake it up.
Yeah,
but
I think his highest voted player, but also me personally, I don't have a problem. And first and foremost, let me just say, I'm not surprised at all. I mean, we've been watching LeBron James for 2 decades now, almost 2 decades. We understand what he brings to the table. We know what type of player he is. We know how calculated he is in this game. We know how much of a savant he is, IQ-wise, like you mentioned. Mm-hmm. He's just a all-around basketball player. No matter what people say about him off the court, he's still one of the most dominant forces to ever touch the hardwood ever. But what I think about LeBron, like you said, he is the master of bringing people together, bringing teams together, picking specific roles for certain players. J.R. Smith would have been good if it wasn't for that snafu in the finals. You know what I'm saying? I don't think LeBron James leaves if J.R. Smith actually knows what's going on in the game. I don't think he leaves. I don't think he leaves Cleveland and goes to Los Angeles. I think Los Angeles was great for the entertainment portion of his career. I think it was great for his media company for him to put out Space Jam 2, which I still have not seen. No, it's not a. Don't even start. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not Michael Jordan's Space Jam.
Oh, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not that good.
That's a whole.
Sorry. It's not that good. Sorry. Oh, I shouldn't have said it. But it's not that good.
That's yeah. I thought you was about to. I was like, man, when he said he was doing it, I was like, oh, that's a dope concept. But I remember the time when Space Jam came out, the first Space Jam.
Yeah.
And the hype behind it, and how big of a movie it was. But LeBron James is doing everything in his career that he has sought out to do. He's one of the greatest players in the NBA. He's one of the best business minds in the NBA.
For sure.
And also he shows traits of possibly being maybe a front office owner type in 5-7 years. So, I mean, he's hit every single nail on the head. So, by me saying all that, in short, really long, I'm not surprised whatsoever. Not surprised.
Do you think that could you see LeBron coaching?
No. I think he's too big for coaching.
Okay.
He's too big. He's like Kobe. I can see him coaching like an academy, like building his own gym and doing something like that. I can't see him coaching an NBA team because it's just so much work. And when you dedicated over 2 decades of your life into the NBA, you kind of want to enjoy, the next chapter like Kobe Bryant was doing. We got a book in the studio, by the way. We got the Kobe Bryant, The Mamba Mentality book. And in that book, he talks about stepping away from the game and evolving into what he was right before he passed. I think LeBron James, especially in light of him and Kobe Bryant being so close, I think he understands now it's more important than ever to build a brand, to build a business, to have multiple streams of income that's going to benefit his family. Because let's be honest, the NBA might not work out for Bronny James. It might not.
It might not.
I mean, for Bryce too. He has another younger son. I mean, Bryce. He's pretty decent. He's not. I think he's more like LeBron than Bronny, in my opinion, because I've seen Bryce play, and he's not that bad. Oh, you good? He's not that bad at all. I think he's actually pretty decent. But you have to start planning those steps for what's after basketball and coaching. Bill Russell did it. I think Magic Johnson did it. It's just not. It's not a good fit for some of these superstars. I don't think LeBron James will be a good candidate for a coach. Owner, GM, yes. Coach, no.
Makes sense. I can see it. I just was wondering your take on that. You know what I mean? He is such a basketball mind, but I definitely agree. I can see him doing more. And when you made the parallel with Kobe, and even with Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the comparison's been there, you know, beyond his control. You know, aside from doing Space Jam and all this kind of stuff, I think that he will probably go on to follow that model a little bit more. And minority ownership being so important right now in the league, he's always been in the forefront of change when possible. So I can see him going on to do something way bigger in the league than just, you know.
He's far too big of an asset now, man. He's way too far. At year 15, he retired. I mean, like, you could go coach. 20, nah, not a chance. But let's talk about your favorite player, AP. Steph Curry. Steph Curry actually won the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP trophy. And what do you think, personally, that moment meant to him, being that every NBA player had a special, or most of them had a special relationship with Kobe Bryant, especially Steph. But what do you think he felt in that moment?
I think it's just surreal. And as he continues to just, you know, knock the ceiling off of these, you know, records and accomplishments and accolades that he's getting, this is a phenomenal year for Steph. And what he's going for is Finals MVP.
Right.
That's the only thing he's yet to get. He's taken them to the show several times. They've won it several times. He's been all these other MVPs, but I mean, he's won to be Finals MVP. That is the thing that's on his bucket list that he's yet to kick. Yeah. Now, as far as the All-Star MVP, I think that what was most momentous for him was how he did it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, he broke the record for most threes in history, right? So he's the best 3-point shooter of all time as we stand, like right now. And he broke another record in the All-Star game, doing what he does best. I think that he just basically put a stamp on, like, if you had any doubts, maybe y'all thought that I just been playing for a long time and I've been shooting threes this whole time. But when you really take a look, a stout look at Steph Curry's career, he wasn't always a 3-point sniper. He's always been a great shooter. But, I mean, from day one, I mean, he wasn't this player.
No, he wasn't.
He was not this player. He was not this phenomenal of a 3-point shooter. After coming back from being out of a full season from a broken hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that this All-Star, this trophy, all of it was just to say, like, I'm here. Yeah. I'm not going nowhere. Y'all get comfortable because you got more to see. And then as far as it stands with him and Kobe, I mean, I just think that, I mean, just a nod, just to be associated with Kobe in any fashion and to have that award that's named after him, I mean, how can it not be just as important, right? Yeah. It's just that icing on the cake for everything that he's worked so hard for this season.
Yeah. You hit the nail right on the head because, man, Steph Curry, if y'all don't know, I mean, there shouldn't be no question. There's only been a few players who have transcended this game where kids can actually imitate what that said player is doing. Michael Jordan, I would say Kobe Bryant is one of those players. I don't think LeBron James is one of those players. I think people see LeBron and they're like, I want to be an all-around player, but there's not a specific skill set that I can adopt to say, oh, I play like LeBron. Right. You know, but with Steph, you know that what thing. It is. Just like growing up in Dallas. I tell people this all the time. They're like, yo, Jay, who's your favorite basketball player? And it's crazy because, you know, you got Kobe, you got Michael Jordan, you got all these great Magic Johnson. You have all of these players, Michael Jordan, you have all of them. And I picked Dirk Nowitzki. That was my favorite my favorite all-time player to ever play in the NBA. Second is Jerry Stackhouse. I don't know why, but I think it's because of the fundamentals and how they gave to the game. You know what I mean? And it's something special. I think that as long as you can identify a specific trait from a player and imitate it, and you see kids imitate it, that defines how transcendent that said player is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And if there's something, I mean, great players exist all the time, but I just think that Steph Curry gets the nod as the next great transcendent player. I think he takes precedence over LeBron. I think LeBron is the next great player. Who's the next transcendent? That has to be Steph Curry. And what it means for him to do this, get in the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP trophy, I think it's phenomenal. I think it speaks to, like you said, his growth as a basketball player, how far he's come, how much doubt he has had to sustain, throughout his entire career, and he proved all the doubters wrong, and he withstood. And so I just think it's a phenomenal story. And I think Steph Curry deserves all the credit that he can get right now.
Yeah, and he got more time. Like, he's not done either. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about that, it's crazy. And when you talk about transcendent players, especially with while we're on the topic of the All-Star weekend, we got a chance to see 75 of, not quite. We didn't get to see some of them.
Scotty was scared. Scotty was scared to pull up, cuz. Scotty said,
I don't want none of that smoke, Mike.
I was talking all that mess about Michael Jordan, and they told me I couldn't come in the building.
He got uninvited. Quick. But, there was a lot of legends in that building, and when you talk about transcendent players, Allen Iverson, there was a lot of debate after the whole show and everything, and people were just talking about, like, what did he do?
Yeah.
But what you were just talking about,
fashion, 100%.
Not just fashion, but the crossover.
The crossover became different.
The crossover, the headband, the cornrows. Come on.
The tats.
Come on.
The answer sixes.
Come on,
bruh.
Well, I had the zip ups and the lace ups. Quit playing with me,
Bro, I had to take off my headphones for that, dog.
Quit playing with me.
Them shoes were hype.
Yeah, I was just telling him the other day,
God.
I want to get those the 75th anniversary answers.
The first ones, the Reebok, the answer ones.
Yeah, they the lace ups. They got them out right now, but they like silver.
Oh.
I was like, man, I want to get this. She's like, you better not get them shoes. But babe, you don't know it, but I already got them.
They're
gonna be at the house on Tuesday.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just playing. But it's certain things, and Curry, he just really does embody just a different type, right? I mean, he's not the aggressor, he's not the trash talker, but he do talk trash.
Oh, he does.
You got to catch those mic up
Christian
moments.
trash.
Yeah. God bless you, hater.
God bless you. I just knocked the wind out yourselves, didn't I? You saw that shot. It made you want to dip your head low. Like what?
Like, communion.
Jesus wept, Moses slept. Get out my way.
Oh, my mama used that one. Jesus wept, Moses slept.
Oh, eat a quick biscuit real quick. You know what I'm saying? Be like, Jesus wept, Moses.
He probably be crossing out, God bless you. It's about to go down. No, but I mean, realistically though, I mean, he definitely has transcended the game. I mean, that's why I like him. That's why he's a different breed. It's just not what you see. He's a great example for basketball right now in terms of just grit. And I mean, he's not a big guy. I mean, but he's not as small as people think. I have seen him in person. He's not a little bitty guy, but he's not your average big, top scoring, body build type of player, and he gets the job done. So shout out to Steph. We can move on now.
Yeah, Steph. Big ups to Steph Curry. Big ups.
Polarizing player.
My wife loves you. So does AP. My co-host does too, apparently. Can't get no love, man. Can't get no love.
Tips hat.
Tip of the cap to you, Steph. All right, so real quick before we hop into AP's new segment, Top 5 NBA Teams, brought to you by AP. Let's talk about this whack, AP, whack slam dunk contest from the All-Star weekend.
Can we just take the word slam off of it and just put dunk?
Dunk?
Because, I mean, yeah, just call it the dunk contest.
Bruh, but, okay, so number one, we actually got this up on the screen as well. The Cole Anthony dunk. Say, fam, it shouldn't take you 15 times to dunk in some Timbs. I was not impressed by that. If that was the most impressive dunk of the night, I was not impressed by that whatsoever. I think Obi Toppin did his thing, though. I think Obi Toppin did his thing. But what about Jalen Green out of Houston? That was embarrassing, yo. Embarrassing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar walked out the arena. Shaq looked like he wanted to go to sleep. He was like, bruh, I don't want to do this. Toscano did pretty decent. I thought, like, he was probably one of the most consistent dunkers in the whole thing outside of Obi Toppin. Mm-hmm. But it was just really bad, AP.
You know, the dunk contest used to be what you would tune into for just to see people show their naked ass. Mm-hmm. People who you watched the entire season just do crazy stuff, and now you get a chance to see them just show out, right? And you would see stuff that you would literally tune in and see something that you have never seen before. The only thing I hadn't seen before was somebody dunking Timbs, which that was new. But I mean,
so
matter of fact, let me rephrase that: dunk in Timbs in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely seen people dunking Timbs. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the streets, okay? And I've spent some time.
We all hooped in boots before.
I done spent some time in the streets of New York, and I done definitely hooped myself in some polo boots because I'm from Texas, okay? Bar up. But anyway, I definitely hooped in some polo boots, and I think that what is the allure because they were so heavy?
Yeah, I guess so.
But I mean, that's just like jumping with ankle weights on.
Yeah.
Which is what people do with training. So, I mean, literally, there was nothing unique. I mean, this is a side pass. He went up, little windmill.
Well, how long did it take for Jalen Green to get that doggone dunk off, yo? That's what made everyone mad. Like, ticked everybody off. It's like, bro, can you come on? Like, you're holding up this round just because of your dunk attempts. You don't bring that time. And this one, too, on this attempt for Jalen Green, it took him like 10 times. It just took up too much time.
Yeah, as long as he didn't actually go for it, I think that they let you restart as long as you don't actually make an attempt. Like, I don't know what it is where they inconsistent, like they were not prepared, and I don't know if it was scheduling, if they didn't have warm-ups, like what the issue was. But I mean, this was just a uneventful. I mean, they gave it a 6. I would have gave it way less than that.
Yo, it was terrible.
You know what I mean?
It was terrible.
It's just it really was terrible. This guy, Anthony, I mean,
that would have been a nice dunk though. That would have been straight.
It would have been.
That would have been nice. And we're speaking about the one where he started from the 3-point line and threw it off the backboard and did a backwards windmill, but he didn't get it didn't land. But again, most of these dunks that they did in the first round should have been third round dunks. Obi Toppin was the only one to say, all right, I'm gonna make this like extremely easy. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a strategy to how he was going to dunk the basketball. So underwhelming, 100% AP. Not impressed. Do better, NBA. Get some street dunkers in here or something. Obi Toppin could come to the party again. Aaron Gordon could come to the party again. Hell, call Blake Griffin. Like I don't know what y'all need to do. Do a throwback Thursday slam dunk contest edition or something. And get this thing right, fam. Get this thing right.
They low-key owe the fans a new one because this just was, I mean, for it to be all-star, like these were not all-star dunks by no means. There was no technicality to it. And that's the biggest thing that I think that people were missing. Like, where's the technicality? You know what I'm saying?
In that one, he was trying to put his arm in the rim.
He was trying to put his arm in the rim. And he probably hurt himself.
He ain't got no hops to do it, though. You ain't Vince Carter, bro. Vince Carter, the only one who could put his arm in the rim and point at the crowd. You didn't know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just some. I'm sorry. And even with this was Toppin's his winning dunk, right?
Yeah, he was just like, I just need to win it.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about this one. The one where he hit the backboard and then put it in, but it was like a millisecond.
That was a sick dunk though. That was going to be I don't think he got that one to go down though.
I thought he did.
No, he had to switch it because he kept on missing it. I think that's when he came from the top of the key right there, I thought.
I don't know. Maybe he changed it up because this is round 2, right?
That's round 3.
This was the final round? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, but I don't remember which one it was, but whatever dunk that was, like, it just was extremely I ain't gonna say it was unimpressive. I know the technicality was there. That was the let me be technical dunk of the night. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very difficult to do that tap and then dunk it in. Yeah. But I just felt like, I mean, if that's the best that we got, if that's what we going for, like
we getting the best dunk attempts, not the best dunks.
Exactly. Had any of those attempts that they were failing landed, then we probably would have had a much better show. But it was the stuff that they couldn't do. Here, go here.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. If I see what you're saying. If he had held it up there just a little bit longer and then put it in,
right, or gotten higher, because it was such a quick tap.
It looked like a layup.
It literally wasn't even really a dunk, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He kind of caught it off the glass, but had he threw it off the glass and caught it, I just think that it was. I mean, the technicality, the attempt was there, but it's just, I mean, it wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was definitely.
Even the crowd, like, you didn't really see it until they did the rewind. And I mean, they gave him a generous score for it, but it could have been all 10s had it just been just a little bit more flair, and that's what they missed. There was no flair. Yeah. It
could have been way better executed. Well, that's going to close up shop. I'm just playing.
We close right now.
Look at your face. Nah, I'm for real though. Newest segment of the week, and I hope you like that music I added in the background, by the way, for your segment. It's time for AP's top 5 teams.
All right, we're going to run these through so we can get y'all up out of here, okay? Just some quick caveats. Going into after All-Star Weekend, we're, week 19 in the NBA. Lakers and Brooklyn was the hopefuls at the beginning of the season. Not anymore. Neither one of them are even in the conversation right now. And, I mean, I'm personally not surprised. I said it from day one. I don't see either one of them doing anything. As Brooklyn, if they can't stay healthy, where's KD at right now? Injured. And
on the couch.
And RP, he lost his grandmother, I believe. So, I mean, he did have a death in the family, but he was also recently injured. Lakers, half their star people out right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, realistically, they're not in the conversation. Something you might want to know: Mavs on the come up. They're on a streak. They won 6 out of their 7 games. So they're actually on the move up. We might see them in a real playoff conversation. I just wanted to tell you that.
Oh, okay. They're not your number 5 team, though, right?
They're not my number 5. But I wanted you to know there's still hope for the Mavs. Now let's hop into it. I'm going to start bottom up. All right, so number 5 team this week, surprise, your Denver Nuggets have scooped right back up, which actually is not so much of a surprise considering how they did last season. They're sitting right now at 33-25, sitting number 6 in the West. Celtics are currently 34-26. They're currently sitting at number 6 in the East. Miami is sitting first in the East with 38-21. Memphis Grizzlies, stronghold on number 2. They got that thing in a headlock. They not letting it go. 41-19, sitting 3rd in the West. And you got your Phoenix Suns still holding on to that top spot. Number 1 in the West, 48-10. So that's a quick rundown of your top 5 NBA teams right now, and just a little bit of insight on what's going on in the league right now. So let's see what shakes up this week. We got matchups starting, I want to say, this Friday evening. So by the time you guys see it, you'll already get a chance to, right? Yeah. You'll already get a chance to know who is moving up in the ranks and who's sticking where they are.
Well, that's a dope top 5, AP. Where are the Warriors?
Oh, he wants to go with jokes. All right. Your Warriors, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to bring it up. But the Warriors, they're a comfortable number 6. They ain't going too far. Don't sleep on them. They're right where they need to be. They have dropped down. I want to say they won 4 of their last game, or they lost 4 of their most recent games. Yeah. So they and they actually lost right before going into All-Star Weekend. So yeah, I mean, but we'll see them up there. See them up there. I'm not giving up on them. And right now you got Draymond out, but pretty soon we're going to actually Clay, Draymond, and Steph have not even played all three together a full game. So when they get back together, like it's game time.
I believe in the Warriors. They're the only team in the NBA I believe in right now, besides my Mavericks.
Yeah, they got the trifecta back together again. I'm telling you, once they get that play back together, like it's old school back again. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, the most lethal duo in the NBA right now.
Most dangerous group. Shout out to Isaac Miller. My best friend made a song called That's Right. It's like a beat, and in the middle of the drop, it's like, that's a dangerous group. That's how I feel about the Warriors. That's how I feel. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, Isaac. All right, y'all. We're putting the bow on another episode.
Rapid.
Season 3 of Notes by Notes. Guess what, AP? Next week, you know what that is? Our 20th episode. 20th episode.
Will we be airing next week? I think we both.
We will not, because I have a cheer competition to attend for my daughter.
I thought you was cheering.
Lord Jesus.
Give me a J. J. You got your J. You got your J. Just playing.
No, it's all good. It's all
Player.
good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I keep playing. You know what I mean? But yeah, we won't be here next week. Actually, thank you for the reminder, AP. We're heading to Houston on for my daughter's cheer competition. I know AP's heading out of town too, so we're gonna take a break.
Yep.
And we will be back the following week. Hopefully, it's a lot warmer here in Texas. We're not wearing Eskimo boots and scarves and thermals and long johns and stuff. And you know, we cannot wait to be back on the air. We cannot wait to be back on the air. So let me tell you about our friends before we get out of here. At A to Z for Skin and Hair. They offer a bevy of hair and skin products that have no preservatives and are made with love. To contact A to Z for Skin and Hair to find out more about their products, give them a call at 469-674-5567. Once again, that's 469-674-5567. You know what? Even though we won't be here, be on the lookout for the lost episode dropping. Be on the lookout for the lost episode dropping prior to COVID infection. We're gonna drop that episode next week. So you know, so since we won't be in the stew, it will be a throwback that you guys will get to enjoy. Once again, though, thank you guys for rocking with us on Notes by Notes podcast. I'm Jay, that's AP, and we'll catch you guys in 2 weeks. We are out of here. Peace.